So today we tie a little pike streamer. It's called Pikers Point, and it's really just a small pike streamer, maybe 12 to 15 centimeters. So we tie it on a Big Mouse 6.0, and we're tying with a Veevus 140. Just start with some wraps around the hook shank and secure it with some super glue. That will do. And we tie it just with Bucktail in the colors white, tan, charteuse and dark olive. And I prepared the Bucktail pieces already, just to save them some time. Start with some white, just at the really rear of the hook, just before it starts to bend. And you just tie it on the top. Hold it down with 2 fingers and just tie it down. You don't want to spread it. Therefore you just take the fibers from the top of the bucktail, really nice and long fibers, without any air in it, or at least not much air in it. So they just stay really flat on the hook. And we can just continue this all the way up to the hook front. And sometimes if you fish this Pikers Point, the tail lies around the hook. And this is really annoying while fishing, so just stiffen it a bit at the rear with some super glue around here. This will keep the tail straight and it won't dangle around the hook. Just let it dry a bit. Just get rid of this here. We're using some flash on this fly. The usual Pikers Point is using this crystal flash, but I don't like it. I think they're tangling up after the first pike. So I just take usual flash. Here just some random silver one. It's quite long, so we cut it in half. Just temper it a little bit. And just tie it onto the hook. Like that. You always have to make sure that you make really tight thread wraps, because you don't want to you want to cover all the hook shank from underneath. You don't want the hook come through the thread. Just doesn't look nice. Probably will catch as well, but just doesn't look nice. So we continue with the second layer of bucktail. Just tie it on top again. Just tie it down. And then we fold back the remaining flash. Like that. We don't need super glue on the thread wraps because we cover the bottom of the fly with super glue later on. So therefore we'll seal all the wraps in one step. Always make sure you use small amounts. Just gets better movement in the water if you use more pieces of bucktail in small amounts. I'll figure that out. So why I'm tying this actually is I went to the polders today and no fly worked, and then I decided to try the Pikers Point and catch quite a few pikes with it, and some guys from Belgium asked me to tell them how to do it, and I just make a short video. Just tie in a second layer, another layer of white bucktail. You can use a little bit more flash. I always like flash in pike flies. Always looks good. I think the pikes like it too. Just cut it in half again. temper it a bit. Place it on the hook, tie it down, wrap it around. And this time we press it down so we have a little bit of flesh on the sides as well. And tie that down again. Now we're using our second color, which is a Bucktail in 10, so a light brown color. And we want to do a perch pattern, kind of nature looking perch pattern, at least by the colors. So we just use some light brown Bucktail. But you find the exact colors in the material list below the video later on. Just tie in another bunch. And another one. It's a really easy fly to tie, even for beginners, but it's super effective. So like that. I think we can use a little bit more of the tan colored. I don't know for which reason, but for some reason the pikes and the polders quite like flies with a light belly. So we tie in another piece of tan here. And then we get some color in it. I'm taking some charteuse. This is a UV2. Tie it in here. And you always just tie it in with the tips, which makes the bucktail lift up a bit, and you're kind of building up a cone, so you're getting a lot of volume, and as soon as it's getting wet it will just fall down here, but you got this nice fish taper onto the fly. We're using a little bit of olive flesh. I think this is pearl flesh. Temper it a bit. And just tie it on top of the fly. Use a second layer of charteuse. This one got tangled a bit, so we just take it off. And then we fold this flesh around as well, and just tie it down. Now, you see we're getting darker to the front of the fly, and now we're taking our dark olive to give us this perch-like color at the top. So just tie it in, just a bit. Some people just attach eyes to it, but I prefer using little dumbbells in the front, which just makes the fly a little bit more heavy, and you can jig it across the water, and the pikes really seem to love that. So just tie in another piece of dark olive bucktail, just the tip. And we use some dark olive flesh. Just 3 to 4 strands maybe. Oh, maybe a bit more, doesn't really matter. Just tie it down. We do now. So tie in the front bit. We tie it in reverse. So just get that out of the way. Straighten the end of it. And tie this in reverse. Like that. Got a little dumblet, we're laying the thread around it once, which gives us immediately the right position on the hook, and then we just tie in a figure 8 and put in the direction as we want it, and then we just take super glue to make it stick in this position. Just make a few reps here, do another figure 8. What we do later now is we fold this over, and we have here still space, so we just put another piece of dark olive into there, just a small one, which just makes the fly look better. So we just cut another piece of make sure the edges are really straight here, otherwise it will look stupid on the fly. We just tie it in bit by bit until we got all the Bucktail covered. And we make some good wraps. And now it's in. And what we can do now is just fold this around and tie it down with the thread here. Maybe we'll build up the cone here a bit more. To give it a better position. And what we do as well is we paint the top of it black. Just darken it a bit. So we do a few reps here, and then we can we'd finish the fly. Like that. Cut the thread. I don't need to secure this glue right now because we're doing that now. So we have the thread wrap here on top, which is white, and we don't want that white, so we color it just black. I don't have olive marker, black is fine, just looks better. Like that. And then we take the super glue. We add some super glue at the top to protect the thread wrap here, and then we cover the whole bottom of the fly, which makes it really durable. Like that. And what I like to do is I like to place some yellow eyes on this tumbler, so I have these little yellow eyes here. And we have to take this gem gel, because with usual glue they just fall off after the first bike. I experienced that today. I glued them on top of it with some random super glue and they just came off immediately. I hope it will work with the Zep Gel. I mean, it's not necessary to have them here, but I just like it if the flies have proper eyes and not just plain brass eyes. Do this on the other side as well. And then we have a finished Pikers Point. Here you go.